Today's video is about expectations. What are the expectations for the Detroit Lions offense? We're going to get into the wide receivers, the running backs, offensive line, tight ends, and of course, Jared Goff. But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of everything Detroit Lions, player breakdown offensively, and you like great interviews with players such as Herman Moore and alumni, then you have come to the right channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Let's get to 1,300 subscribers. With the subscribe, hey, you won't miss out on the latest and greatest regarding our Detroit Lions. Let's get in today's video.
Perfect.
Expectations. What are the expectations for the Detroit Lions offense? Last year at this time, we were looking at the Lions offense. Not good. Not in a good way. Why? Because the wide receiver core itself was cheeks. Was not good. Tyrell Williams, he was in there. Breshad Perriman, those were supposed to be our 1-2 guys. Tyrell Williams goes down. Breshad Perriman get cut. We've seen what happened to our offense. Now when we picked up Josh Reynolds, though, halfway through the season, the offense got much improved. Amon-Ra St. Brown showed out, and it got a little bit better there. So coming into this season, we look at the Lions offense with the offensive line healthy, the running backs healthy, the wide receivers mostly healthy. We got to see with Jameson Williams, but it looks really good, his prognosis for starting early for the Detroit Lions. And Jared Goff, tight ends, TJ Hockenson, healthy, looking really good. Schedule looking even better. And it does mean a lot, even from statistical standpoint, what type of defense you're facing. Good defense, it's harder to get better points, and bad defense, obviously, you can put the score on those type of football teams. So, expectations, realistic expectation for the Lions offense. I think the Detroit Lions offensive line, my expectations for them is they need to be at least from a top 7 offensive line in the NFL. Second year, Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow healthy, Taylor Decker, in their Big V, and Jonah Jackson. I think the Detroit Lions offensive line should be a dominant force in the NFL, one of the best in the NFL, and I think that expectation should be there. We shouldn't expect anything less than that because the talent is extremely high. That's what we have. We invested a lot of capital into the offensive line. My expectations is they should be a top 7, top 5 even, in my opinion. When you have such a good offensive line, it does help out the rest. So let's talk about the running backs. I think the running back group, it should be a top 15 or the mid-range of an NFL, 16, 17 range. I think from the offensive line itself and the running backs that we have, we should have a mid-running game. There's going to be teams that run better because they have more improved running backs all around. You got the Minnesota Vikings, they got Cook. You're going to see that. But I think the Detroit Lions with the offense, with the wide receivers, and the offensive line, they should be a mid-group. And I think that should be the expectations. No longer should the Detroit Lions be end of the rope regarding the running game. I think the Detroit Lions should run the football quite a bit. And I think the expectations is they should have a pretty good running game, in my opinion. That's what I believe. The tight ends group, I think the tight ends should again be a mid-level tight ends regarding, the expectations of from a statistical standpoint. We got TJ Hockenson. He is a bona fide, we invested an 8th round pick, the 8th overall pick in him. He should live up to that expectations. But we're also talking about a guy we're picking up in the 5th round and undrafted. So I think TJ Hockenson should be mid-round for the tight ends. And it's not just his ability. Let's understand this. From a statistical standpoint, you understand that Jared Goff's throwing the football, as well as tight end. What makes TJ Hockenson good is not just catching the football, but also the fact that he can help run block. But from the group standpoint, they need to be mid. When it comes to wide receivers, I would like the Detroit Lions wide receivers. My expectation of them is to be from a 13 and better. So we're talking about you be 12, 11, 10, 13 range. I think that's what we should have with the wide receivers. Why is that? Well, not a convinced DJ Chark is going to stay healthy the whole time. That is a worry for me. Jameson Williams' injury, is he actually going to start week 1, or are they going to slowly bring him along? In which, again, I'm perfectly fine with bringing him slowly along because we want to make sure that we have him for the long haul, not just to run up some points in the first couple weeks, then have an injury hit him back for the rest of the season. So we don't want to do that. Amon-Ra St. Brown really showed out. Want to continue to see that, and Josh Reynolds. So I think the expectation should be fairly high for the wide receivers. And I think it should be high for them to get some points. And for Jared Goff, my expectation for him is he should be a 15 to 16 type of quarterback. You now have the weapons. You have an offensive line. You have a pretty good running combination. You need to be a 15 to 16 quarterback. I don't expect you to be Aaron Rodgers. I don't expect you to even be Matthew Stafford. I don't expect that, but I expect you to be a pretty good quarterback with the weapons that we have. That's what I expect. And I expect this offense to hum. It should not be an offense that is lower ranked. I want this Detroit Lions offense to be a 12 to 15 range offense altogether. A complementary offense that can put up points, and it does scare people. Last year, we look at the first half of the season, it was absolutely atrocious, and it got better in the second half. I expect it getting better, plus I want this to be a very good offense that teams must respect defensively. And if that's the case, that is very good for the Detroit Lions win-loss record. That is my expectations. I want to know what you guys expect for the Detroit Lions offense. What do you want to see overall? What ranking would you like to see this offense? What stats would you like to see for Jared Goff? What stats would you like to see for the wide receivers altogether? You can name them down. Let me know in the comment section below. This channel is for you. It's made by Herman Moore. It's made by Chrissy. And this channel is for you to run. Let me know what you guys think upon the stats of the Detroit Lions.
Perfect.